Awesome. Okay, so yeah, let's just just tell me about yourself. Just introduce yourself. What are you up to these days? What do you want to achieve from this session? I know you feel that already, but let's just hear it from you.
Okay, my name is Toyin Daniel-Oluwagbiyi. I switched from estate management to product design around April last year. So I started out learning on my own. Then I enrolled with Pexel's design school, after which I did HNG. From then, I was opportunity to get a job with a fintech company, and currently I'm working with Horizon and Olog.me. So that Olog is a voice journaling app, and Horizon is more like a tracking, like investment tracking platform. So that's why I am. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you seem to be doing pretty well, I think. So what do you think you're missing? What do you want to achieve? What are you projecting into the future? Let's just even say 2023, for instance.
2023, what I really want is I want an international job, because most of these jobs are Nigerian. I want more exposure, and I want an international job, basically. So that's what I'm believing God for, and that's what I'm working towards.
Okay, so why do you want an international job?
For more exposure. I feel it to give me more exposure.
Not more money.
Yes, it's part of it. But in terms of exposure, like their culture, how to communicate better. You know how our Nigerian system is, just knowing how, I'm just eager to know how they do. Do you understand how they do things, how their work structure is, how their work culture is, and all of that. Obviously, the money is part of it too. It's fine. And then just meeting new people from my normal circle.
Will it be one that you want a remote job, or one that you have to leave the country?
Remote, because of my family.
Okay, remote job. Okay.
I apologize for being.
Sorry. You apologized once already. It's fine. I just have a policy. I would wait for 3 to 5 minutes, send an email, then wait extra 5 minutes. So I was still gonna wait till.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Remote job from estate management to product design, April last year. Okay. All right. Do you have a CV?
Yes. Can I send it here?
You have a link?
Yes. Let me send it here.
I'll drop the link. Yeah. Then do you have a link to your portfolio as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you can just send the links. While you're doing
the resume is in the portfolio, actually.
Okay. So you have a website. Okay, let's see that.
Is it like a website? It's Notion, actually.
Oh, it's Notion. Okay. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
This is okay. So okay. Do you have a cover letter? No. Okay. Have you been applying for jobs?
I had a very bad experience in life, so I won't lie. I've stopped applying since then.
What happened?
Okay, I got a job with a company and after 3 weeks they let me go. So since then, I won't lie, I was into deep depression.
When was that?
July.
Oh wow. July. So you had 3 weeks. What happened that they let you go?
I think from my own end, I was not communicating well. And the comments they gave me then was that I'm not I'm not being professional enough. I don't know. They
Do you
didn't tell me why.
agree with that assessment? Do you think you were communicating as much as you could?
I was not communicating well. And then secondly, I feel because of where I've worked before, they were expecting so much from me. So they were not giving me those like 5-year experience tasks, telling me to make responsive tables like with auto layout, and the table must expand and collapse with auto layouts.
But they wanted what was that thing called again? Data tables that are fully prototyped.
Is it the prototype? Yeah, they wanted to just expand, collapse. So
Yeah.
I was having issues with those ones, and the tasks they were giving the other designers were tasks that I could easily just do. So I had never encountered that before. So at the beginning, I reached out to the lead designer, and I told him that, see, these tasks, I've met 5 people that are ahead of me. They don't even know how to do it. I think I'll just tell them that I want to go. But it was telling me that, oh, just stay, you can do it. Me, I wanted to just go because I hate messing up people. No, not stress. It's not stress. Yeah. I hate when I can't meet up to what you want, and I don't want to drag the whole team back. So I wanted to message the CTO that morning and tell him that, oh, this is what I'm going through. But then the other designer guy was telling me, no, don't do it. I should find a way. So at the end of the day, it was now kind of messy.
Nigerian company, right?
Yes, Nigerian, but the owners were based in New York.
But they are still Nigerians.
They're very pretty.
Okay. Noted. All right. Okay. Let me see. So well, I wanted to say, I've asked you already. So you're not applying for jobs at the moment.
I want to go all out next year. I'm trying to finish my case studies.
Okay. So that was the next question I wanted to ask you. That your
portfolio. Going all out next.
So you have 4 projects right now. So you want to add more projects, or you want to swap some? You want to add more projects to the case studies?
I'm not done with the case studies. If you open them, you see in progress. It's only one I'm not fully done with, kind of.
Okay. So you're
I just working on it like 3 weeks ago, so I'm not done.
Okay, cool. So you're in the process of coming up with your portfolio. Okay. Yes. Cool. Working on the portfolio. Okay. I'm just taking some notes of some of what we are discussing. Okay, so what's would you say you're a junior or mid or senior on the spectrum? What would you call yourself?
Like people, the person I'm under right now is telling me I'm mid, but me, I'll say I'm junior because I don't like overestimating myself. But he says I doubt myself too much. That there's many things I know that I doubt myself.
Okay,
that's what the people I've worked with before said. Say
you say you're having imposter syndrome.
Yeah, maybe that's what prevented me from applying after, right? But yeah, they said I doubt myself too much.
Okay, noted. Okay. Last question for now. What's your salary expectation?
I see that. To be paid in dollars, or at least maybe like $2K.
Okay, $2K.
2 to 4. Honestly, that's
3 to 4.
2 to 4. This Shiloh, I'm going to pray, but I know beyond prayer, I need to put in the work, right? So that's why I'm here.
Okay, so do you have some platforms that if you were going to be applying for jobs right now, what platforms would you be checking out, or would you be applying for jobs on?
LinkedIn, because other platforms they only advertise senior roles within 5 years. And honestly, I have just like maybe almost 2 years, right? So I just like being sincere and I don't like overhyping myself.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so I have noted all these things down. So let me tell you why I asked these questions. So I asked this question because the field of UX design is one that is kind of peculiar in the sense that it's different from other fields like, say, medicine or even estate management, in the sense that what we do in UX design is like an accumulation of several types of knowledge that you bring together to get stuff done, to solve problems, really. So unlike, say, medicine, where, well, you need medicine knowledge to cure people, so to say. So I would say that for you, that you have experience, you were in estate management. For how long were you in estate management, by the way?
All my life.
Awesome. Awesome. So for someone that has, say, experience in estate management, you, for instance, if we're going to
More like in the project management side, actually.
product
More like
management
it's the
side.
same, but it's more in like properties and all, right?
Oh, okay, awesome. So, if we're going to say build or create a design for an estate management company, the kind of knowledge you need would be one that's from psychology, know how to research, know how to do this, not do that. So it's several kind of disciplines in one discipline. That's what your design is. So I asked those questions about your past to know, to let you know how all these things join together. As a matter of fact, your personality has a lot to do with what you do, or your niche that you carve out for yourself within UX design. So yeah, so that's that for now. I'm trying to watch the time. So let's see. Now, what we have tried to do for now is some sort of diagnostics. So what I've been trying to do is diagnostics, try to understand what's up with you, what you are trying to achieve. So for you, you want international jobs. You want, is it freelance or full-time job? What kind of job are you looking out for?
Full-time.
Full-time jobs. Okay, so you are looking for like full-time job, and you kind of struggle with some self-doubt, imposter syndrome. Will you say you know how to negotiate salary? Let me use that as an example.
I think I'm bad with it.
Okay, so yeah, well, it comes with with the whole self-doubt and imposter syndrome. I think that's something I have struggled with in the past a lot. I would say I've kind of overcome it. It took me a long time, so it's not a peculiar problem, especially for people that were self-taught for a little while before you got into, say, okay, let me learn from here, and then you feel like you don't know what you don't know. So I totally understand that feeling. So I'm trying to, what's this whole session, this 30 minutes, the intention is to understand the problem. I've glanced at your portfolio. I've actually looked at your, what's this thing called? Your LinkedIn.
CV.
Yes, no, your
Okay.
LinkedIn profile. I've looked through your LinkedIn profile. I've noted a couple of things that I think can be improved on. I did that before this meeting. Now, the next steps would be, this is just one of several sessions. The next step would be what I call a transformational coaching session. And I call it that because it's not one where I would be teaching product design, like none of that, because I believe there's so many courses, so many people doing this. What's the gap I am feeling is one between where you have some basic knowledge and then getting the job. It's that gap, getting that job, not just any job. So my goal with these transformational coaching sessions, there'll be actually 4 sessions. There'll be starting in January, most likely first week in January, but I'll send the details of that. So there'll be 4 weeks. That'll be the whole of January. I chose January because it's just the perfect time. The year is just starting. People are high on adrenaline and all the good hormones. So Also, I'll be helping to refine your CV. There are certain things that people do not look out for, or people tend not to know that recruiters are looking out for in their CVs and even in portfolios. When you create, for instance, when you want to apply for a job, you don't just send the same CV or the same portfolio to every job. Cover letter is a big deal, but people don't even know. Cover letter is like, let me explain the value of cover letter. Cover letter is like your voice that speaks when you are not in the room. It's like what helps you get your feet in through the door. It's so important. In short, it's more than 100% important that just like you are applying is how hundreds or even thousands of other people are applying. Aside the weight that your CV and portfolio carries, cover letter is what would set you apart. And I'm not talking about one generic stuff, a couple of paragraphs that you put together. No, I'm talking about carefully curating content specifically for a job that you're applying for. So over the years, I've iterated through several cover letters, and so that's something I help people with. Yeah, so also review your CV, help clean that up, assist in cleaning that up, help curate maybe 2 or 3 versions of cover letters. Also help you do some mock interviews. So depending on how proactive you are during these sessions, if you are very proactive, you would find out that maybe you're already applying for jobs, maybe at the first or second week. If, for instance, you're already working on your portfolio, so if you already worked on your portfolio maybe before the session starts, then we'll be starting on a different pedestal. It won't be on the same, or let us start doing your portfolio kind of level, which is why I'm having these sessions right now, earlier on before January. Then, so I would help assist with mock interviews, depending on, like I said, when you start. If you're already doing some interviews or you're already been scheduled for some interviews ahead of time, then I can assist with that within that session. Then, well, job links. I just add job links because, well, it's something nice, but then again, there are so many jobs everywhere. Now, I want to quickly comment on something about being a junior or mid or senior designer. Unfortunately, there are not so many junior design roles out there. You'd see more, like you said, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and all the rest of that. So what I do is to help you package yourself in such a way that you are not even questioned whether you're a junior or senior or mid. You could even comfortably apply for a role that you're asking for 5 years experience. Meanwhile, you don't really have 5 years experience because your portfolio is already speaking for you. So I've applied for, in short, 3 years ago, I've applied for some roles that they were asking for 5 years experience when I didn't have 5 years experience. So, or I've gotten jobs. Let me say, I've gotten jobs that were that amount of experience. I would say that I've not actually applied for too many jobs in my career, and that's because of how I have positioned my LinkedIn profile. I remember the last job I had before. Actually, I have 2 jobs right now. I'm running 2 full-time jobs right now, but before these roles, I did not apply to them. Even these 2 roles, I did not apply to them. I'm working with Okra, but I didn't apply to Okra. I was headhunted on LinkedIn. Before that, I worked with Kobo Logistics, another Nigerian company. I didn't apply for it. Right now, the other company I'm working for is a US company, but I did not also apply for it. So what I have done over time is to position my profile in a certain way and also put myself on certain platforms that when they want to headhunt or when they want to recruit, and let me be honest with you, these companies are recruiting a lot. All the ones that there's no job, there is job. Like, I'm not even talking about small companies. There's so many jobs out there. It's to position oneself in that way. And so yeah, so I just put job links there just to just to show you sometimes that, oh, there are really good jobs there. We're talking jobs that could pay as much as $50,000 or pounds per year. Oh, that's it. I see it there. They are actually out there. Or at the very least, let's say $30,000 dollars. I keep on saying pounds because I'm based in the UK, but dollars, pounds, whatever per year, which is an average of 3,000, I think, per month, thereabout. That's before tax, of course. And yeah, so these are the things that would be covering in the coaching sessions, showing you what platforms you should be on, assisting in redesigning or repositioning your public profile, reviewing your CV, your portfolio, giving you some insights. By the way, you're already doing pretty well. I would look at how to reword your case studies if there's need for that. Cover letter, like I've said, mock interviews, that's if you're already going through some interview stages. I could even assist with some recruiters. I was telling someone else that I get like 2 or 3 new like headhunters in my LinkedIn DMs almost every week. And I ignore some. Some other ones I just tell them, oh, I'm not interested, or I'm interested, or stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the breakdown of what you can expect. What not to expect. Emphasis, I've said it already, but let me just say it again. I won't be teaching the basics of product design. I won't be teaching how to use Figma or stuff like that. Yes, of course, there will be times when I look at your, say, Figma design and I have some suggestion. Oh, you should have look out for this, look out for that. Or I send some videos for you to watch, but it won't be me actually teaching. This is not a 0 level. It's not a course, actually. I also won't be doing it for you. I won't be doing anything for you. I won't be writing your cover letter for you. I won't be designing your portfolio or CV or whatever. I'll be applying to jobs for you. I'll be doing it with you. Yes. So I'll be assisting in doing all of this. Like I said, it's going to be 4 weeks. And this is not going to be a free session. It's going to be a paid one. And I think that is already on the website, though I don't think the ability to make payments there yet, but it's going to be £100. That should be Naira equivalent of, I don't know what the exchange rate is now. It's crazy. Maybe 80 something or 90 something. I don't know. But basically £100. And let's see. So after this session, I'm going to send you an email with the summary of our discussion. I made some notes about you and what I believe should be your next steps, which is what I've already said. But I'll just send an email just so that you would know. I might send an email today or basically before the end of the week. It would also have the deadline for payments because I would have a deadline. It's going to be a group session, most likely a group session, but it is going to be a very, very small group. I'm looking at between 5 to 10 people. I do not want more than that. I might just close it at 5 people. So it's going to be a very small session so that there'll be enough impact. And I think that's all. We're actually out of time, but let me take your questions if you have any.
Okay. So you've already answered what was in my mind. That it's going to be one-on-one or group. So you said that it's going to be a group session.
Yes,
like 5 people.
Yeah. So let me quickly add to that. It's going to be a group session because I've noticed I've done this several times over the years. I've realized that group sessions tend to be more impactful because people tend to learn from the other person. Well, for instance, if I'm critiquing someone's portfolio, you'd just be learning from it rather than when I'm just doing yours and you don't have that other insight. And also because I can just tend to attend to you guys like more at the same time. But on the other hand, if you have requests or if you email me stuff during the week and all that, I would actually review. So we kind of still have the one-on-one feel, but the main sessions, the 4 sessions are going to be like 5 or 7. I don't know the number of people yet in a group. Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Okay. Any other questions?
I wanted to ask what you think about my LinkedIn, because you said you reviewed it before.
Yeah. I think you've done pretty well. I think when I read your one sec, let me open it again. I think when I read your what's it called? The bio, you said something about your portfolio was in the bio, or it wasn't. I think that probably was something maybe you copied from maybe your Instagram or somewhere, I don't know. So yeah, I just, because I usually just go straight to the about section. So you said, do you want to learn more about me? Take a look at my portfolio on my bio. So I tried looking for your portfolio. I didn't see it. Maybe it's just a problem with LinkedIn, not the stuff where they should be. I think that was the one thing I noticed. Then I noticed also your experience. When I saw your experiences, I noticed that there are a lot of like freelance stuff, contract stuff. So if you're looking for, say, a full-time role, that might be something that may be a bit something that they might look out for. I mean, recruiters might ask. It's just a question that could come up, like, oh, why have you not had a full-time role, or why have you not held a job for longer? You just need to be. Those are like I said, we'll be preparing mock interviews. So those are some things you need to be prepared to respond to. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's just something you need to, there are just some things based on individuals' portfolios, based on individuals' experiences that you should expect some questions about and just have the answer to, especially when you're looking at international jobs. They don't think exactly how we think as Nigerians. So yeah, that's the thing. Any other questions? I can take one more.
The portfolio, your thoughts so far using Notion now?
So using Notion is good. I think that the only issue I have in Notion is that it speaks to your UX part, but it doesn't necessarily speak to your UI part. So I mean, using Notion, which is why I sometimes prefer compiling a portfolio as either a PDF or have it on a website. More like, if you're going to use Notion, you will just have put some extra effort into making it look a bit appealing. Unfortunately, that shouldn't be a point, to be honest, especially when you are applying for core UX roles. But unfortunately, that's one of the things that recruiters and HR managers sometimes look at. It depends on the person, though. Again, they're still human beings. So it depends on what they want. Also, I forgot to mention, another thing that we would be doing is when I said job links, I meant to say within the job links, we'll be looking at job descriptions to see the kind of job, how you don't enter jobs like that one that you got in June or July.
One chance job.
Exactly. You'd be able to sieve through even the job description, or even through the interview process. There are certain things you begin to hear and begin to perceive that, oh God, this is one chance. Okay, let me enter one chance just because I want their money for you. So you have your goals clear. Okay, I just know that this job is not a permanent job. I'll take it like a contract. I'll just do it for 1 month or 2 months, collect their money and go. So you'll be able to set your priorities right. So yeah, that's it. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for waiting for me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm usually not like this.
It's fine. Let me just quickly say that next time, if you're going to run late, try to make it a point of duty to send an email. I mean, it happens even interviews sometimes. Just send a message to just let the person know, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm running late. Either, let's reschedule, or can we give me extra 5 minutes? People are still human beings. People are reasonable. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.